Alright, so it was mentioned at in the comments of the last video that if you go down here, there is actually a secret. Usually you're not supposed to completely beat the lava by that, or the you know, the toxic waste by that much. I kind of completely destroyed it, but you're actually supposed to go to the right here. And then, yeah, that was mentioned in the comments of the last video, so thank you very much for pointing that out. Yeah, I was kind of super quick, I didn't even need to do that, but, yeah, anyway, this is a level we have already seen. Hello everyone, Andrew here, and welcome to the final boss battle of Donkey Kong Country 2. Last time we finished off World 6, and the only level of World 7. So yeah, this time, it's time for K. Rool. Also, something I didn't mention about Toxic Tower in the last part, I guess I kind of forgot. Toxic Tower is actually the very first thing I ever recorded after I brought home my Dazzle for the very first time. It's not like I beat the whole level or anything like that, and back then I didn't even have a splitter to, you know, send the video to both my TV and my computer, so I kind of played it off my computer and there was massive lag, and I died after, like, you know, 30 seconds. And it's a really, you know, pointless video, but if people want to see the very first thing I ever recorded, maybe I will upload it just for fun, but it's pretty funny. I just thought I would point that out. But anyway, we now need to fly back to the final world, and as you can see on the overworld map here, every single world that we can access has an exclamation mark and a DK coin beside it. So yeah, we are pretty much, you know, found just about everything, although the title screen would make you think otherwise, where it points out that, you know, we have, I think it's like 87% or something like that, so maybe there's a little bit more to this game than we are led to believe, but for now, all we have left is K. Rool Duel. Now, I just have my fingers crossed that I know it's a boss battle, but I've been preparing for this. It's actually been a little while since I recorded the video. I apologize that there was only one part last week. I've just been super insanely busy lately, but hopefully this makes up for it. K. Rool Duel, 3, 2, 1, let's do this thing. That has to hurt like heck. I mean, heck, if only one of those cannonballs hurts us, imagine how, like, you know, DK getting 3 of them in his torso would feel. Anyway, K. Rool's boss battle follows a common theme where you need to do some dodging, and then he will shoot a cannonball at you that, if you throw back at him like that, will cause damage to him. Now, this is quite a long battle, and, you know, screwing it up right at the beginning is a very smart move. And yeah, basically, if you die, you're going all the way back to the beginning. So, you know, none of that, you know, modern day final boss stuff where, you know, oh, we'll just take you back to the last part that you got to. It's okay. Now, if you die in this boss battle, be prepared to go back to the beginning. And let's try our best not to screw up. So yeah, you can kind of see the theme there. He shoots cannonballs, some of them turn into spikes. You have to jump over him a few times, then throw them back at him. And yeah, just like that, yeah, final boss defeated! Or, you know, kind of not. Donkey Kong Country games have always been like that, where it's like, oh, it's gonna make you feel like you beat the final boss, even though you really didn't. And then, yeah, as you can see, you know, the dodging and stuff gets more complicated. He shoots a barrel, throw that back at him just like that. And don't forget to jump over it when he shoots it back out. Overall, I've always really liked this final boss battle. I find it much... I like it more than the second game's final boss. I don't know about the first game. I really like the first game's final boss battle. Donkey Kong Country 3 probably has my least favorite Donkey Kong Country boss battle. I've always kind of found it interesting how this whole game is pirate-themed, and then the final boss battle takes place on an airship. That looks like, you know, it's from some futuristic thing. I don't know. I always thought that was kind of funny, but the music in this boss is also fantastic. So maybe we will just take a listen for a second while Andrew dodges things. Or not. Yeah. Time these things correctly, and darn, it just never ends. Ah, okay, this should be a barrel. There we go. One more, we should get a DK barrel back. Please go in there. There we go. Final boss defeated again! Yeah! Give it up for Andrew! Okay, maybe not. You kind of get it? Like, you probably should. Okay, darn it. Nope. Mash that controller! Like heck. No. I accidentally pressed the A button as I was mashing the controller. And then he turns invisible, for goodness sake. I'm honestly really shocked I actually just jumped over him there. I'm not listening to the volume, so I can't even use kind of that, like, you know, the audio kind of hints that this game would usually give. Oh my gosh. Okay, so far so good. So far so good. Okay. Okay. We got the purple ones now. I forget what the different colors do. As you saw, you know, blue kind of... Oh, darn it. Purple reverses the controls. This isn't something that, you know, will be very obvious to you. So, I mean, I'm holding right now to run left. Okay, right. This is so bizarre. Oh, okay. Whoa, and then all of a sudden, you know, the reverse kind of disappears. Where is he? There! And there you go! Very first try! That makes up for all the garbage from every other boss battle. DK, you punch him in the face, right into outer space. There you go. That is how you beat the final boss of Donkey Kong Country 2. Heck yeah! And then he gets eaten by sharks. I knew you'd do it, Diddy, my boy, but how could you fail having learned all you know from Old Cranky? Actually, it's kind of the opposite. I did better when I didn't talk to you. As sad as that is, you've rescued that lazy grandson of mine and dumped K. Rool in his own filthy swamp. Not bad for a novice. Yeah, I probably wouldn't consider myself a novice, but yeah, not gonna argue with you. Of course, if I'd been playing, I'd have made sure that K. Rool never tries a cheap trick like this again. And I'm sure that Donkey Kong Country 2 will never have a sequel. I reckon I have found all the Creme coins and completed the so-called Lost World. Oh, well, can't expect everything from you on your first game, can we? So, I mean, we could have gone and done the Lost World, as you saw. Actually, one more thing. How many of my special video game hero coins did you find? The real player such as myself would have found plenty, I'm sure. Well, yeah, I mean, we're at, like, what, 34? That's actually all that you can get without going to the Lost World. Let's see how well you did. A? Cranky Kong trying out his Canadian accent, or he's mocking me. I'm not entirely sure. Anyway... there we go, Cranky's video game heroes. Who would have thought Mario and Yoshi would make a cameo here? Well, I've got a second screen. About time, too. Now shut up, everyone, while I read the eagerly awaited results. Not bad for a youngin'. Of course, you're gonna have to find a few more if you want to be as big a hero as I was. So yeah, pretty much, we want to be cooler than Mario. If you want to look at your limited progress on the screen, press the top left and top right buttons while you're on any map screen. So yeah, so now you can now see this when you know, you're going around. When you press L and R. Now buzz off and see if you can find more of my coins, which I very much doubt you will. And if you look at the bottom right there, you see some items from some other familiar video game characters who, you know, they would have been sued if they had put in. And in typical Donkey Kong Country style, it will show you every single freaking thing that you encountered on your quest. So there's the first enemy we ever saw. And there's those guys who, when you jump on them, they throw you flying into holes. But yeah, pretty much we could have done the Lost World before this point. It would have actually been impossible to complete every level of the Lost World because you get a bonus coin for beating the final boss. So, I mean, you could have done every single Lost World level except for one. And now that we beat the final boss, we could have gone and done the last one. But I thought it would make more sense to just save all of the Lost World levels for the end, because they are, of course, the most difficult levels and most gimmicky, and they have things in them that don't really appear until later in the game. So we will be doing that in future parts. But overall, wow, K. Rool on my first try. I thought this video was going to be way longer than that. It's going to be like, oh man, Andrew, you know, staying up all night trying to beat this thing. But wow, that made up for, you know, all of the other screw-ups that I have made in this Let's Play, I must say. That was absolutely fantastic. Oh man, I'm super happy with that. But yeah, this is Donkey Kong Country 2. This is a fantastic game. That guy right there is a jerk, but overall, I really hope that everyone has enjoyed watching this. I know it's not officially over yet, but this is kind of, you know, the not official end of the game, so, and it's kind of the credits and the, you know, the character roles, so I feel this is kind of a good time to talk about this. Just, I had such a good time playing this. I really appreciate, you know, the people who have watched it and enjoyed it and left their feedback on Donkey Kong Country 2. I really appreciate that, especially if you, like, you know, you watched my Donkey Kong Country 3 Let's Play before this one, and now you're watching this one. That is awesome, although if you haven't watched my Donkey Kong Country 3 Let's Play yet, there is also that too, so I mean, it's kind of interesting where if you haven't watched that, there's kind of still more for you ahead. Although if you did watch that first, hopefully you have enjoyed this, and maybe even enjoyed it a bit more. This is my third big Let's Play. I started with Banjo-Kazooie, then Donkey Kong Country 3, and now Donkey Kong Country 2. And even though I've been making videos for over 2 years now, Let's Plays, I don't know, they feel a bit different than, you know, making random Game of the Days. I think I've really gotten the hang of it. I don't know if you can tell when you watch my Banjo-Kazooie Let's Play, but I was kind of nervous there. Just because, you know, when it's a random game of the day, it's just one isolated video, but when it's a Let's Play, things need to kind of fall into place, and you kind of have to have a structure, you know, for how you're going to do things. So I was kind of nervous back then, although I think I'm definitely getting the hang of it now. But yeah, here's the bosses. You weren't too much of a jerk. You weren't really a jerk either. I don't believe I died at you. No comment on this guy. Next up, we have King Zing. You were pretty good. Miles Luigi was here for that one, so I think he helped us through that. Kaptain K Rool, apparently, yeah. He was apparently the boss after King Zing. Wow, did I miss all the other bosses, or? Oh, actually, I guess then you have the Ghost of Crow. Actually, yeah, wow. Wow, it feels like there should be a lot more bosses, but I guess not. Yeah, it didn't show, you know, Crow's ghost. So, yeah, wow, because World 6 didn't have a boss. That's kind of interesting. This game really does skimp out on the bosses, I guess. But you know what? It's just as well that it does that, because I don't need any more, you know, stress from boss fights. Although, okay, Rool, I kind of destroyed you, and I'm not going to, you know, complain about that. We have SQUAWKS. We have GLIMMER. Is it going to mention QUAWKS? Or is it just kind of consider him the same as SQUAWKS in this game? Yeah, I guess it kind of does. Then you have the Kong Clan. You have Swanky Kong looking at his hand there. You have Funky Kong flying on his, you know, hoverboard there. He's finished filming Back to the Future. We have Wrinkly Kong, who, you know, charges us to save our game. She's real nice. Cranky Kong, I mean, he's a jerk, so I don't really, you know, not surprised at him. And you have Donkey Kong. Hey, Donkey Kong, thank you for being kidnapped, because, you know, if it wasn't for you, there would have been no sequel. You have Dixie Kong, and you have Diddy Kong. He's just kind of running there. It looks like he's running really fast, but he's going almost nowhere. And there you go. And then you get the real credits. The Scurvy Kong crew. So you get the head programmer, you get C. Sutherland. So, yeah, overall, super fun game. If you've never played Donkey Kong Country 2 yourself, I appreciate that you've watched my Let's Play, but I still definitely suggest going and playing it. I mean, you'll hopefully, even though you know where a lot of the secrets are, hopefully you will still have fun. It's just such a great game. And hey, look, not much longer until Tropical Freeze comes out too. That's going to be fantastic on the Wii U. It's going to look super nice. I'm sure it's going to sound super nice. I haven't been watching any of the trailers or anything like that. The only thing I know about Tropical Freeze, really, is the first level, or I'm going to assume it's the first level. I played the demo that was set up at Best Buy during E3, so that's all I've really played of it. But I don't really know, if it's taking, you know, ideas from Donkey Kong Country 2 or Donkey Kong Country 3. You know, kind of like the first Returns took a lot of ideas from Donkey Kong Country 1. I don't know if they're still kind of taking ideas from Donkey Kong Country 1, or maybe they're not taking ideas from anywhere. I know a couple of things. Actually, I won't really talk about them in case there's other people out there who don't want to know anything about Donkey Kong Country Top Tropical Freeze. But overall, I'm really, really, really looking forward to that. Hey, look, Nintendo Power, how's it going? You're kind of dead. And the story was, created by someone named L. Loveday. That sounds like, a pretty good last name for someone who would write the story. But man, Donkey Kong Country is so great. I'll never forget how ecstatic I was when Returns was announced at E3. My friend and I kind of snuck out of class one day to, watch it on the computers in the library. Who the heck didn't do that back in the day? But it's so great to see Donkey Kong Country again. I know there's been a lot of talk in the comments about, that people hope K. Rool comes back. I really hope he does. Honestly, this Donkey Kong Country Returns, the first wasn't really the same without him. It was a good game, but, the Kremlings are the Kremlings. They have to be there. It'd be like taking Dr. Wily out of the original Mega Man series. It'd be like, that'd be no fun. So, I mean, that's honestly what I was kind of hoping the whole time throughout the first Donkey Kong Country Returns. It would kind of be like Mr. X in Mega Man 6, where it's like, oh, it's actually Wily. I'd be like, oh, the Tikis are actually Kremlings all along. But that didn't exactly happen. And that is the end, although that is not actually the end, because we have more to do. But that will be for another day. So we press the B button here. That takes us back to the title screen, which you have not seen since the very first part. And surprisingly, it hasn't changed a single bit. Wow, 20 years ago, pretty much. I remember I saw this as a kid, I was like, I wonder if there's a rareware symbol item hidden somewhere in the games. You have banana coins, Krem coins, DK coins. Why the heck wouldn't that be somewhere too? But nope. Although I always have liked the way that the title screen looks. But if we look at our progress here, now we're at 87%. So yeah, we have 75 Creme coins, 34 DK coins, 3 hours and 52 minutes, and next time, The Lost World Part the First. So thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this, and hope you are looking forward to some post-game stuff. So thanks, and see you later.